This is ICN TV. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this channel. Today we are looking at another very important and powerful message to Nigerian government. Let me first of all use this opportunity for those of you that you are always make it a day to join us. Please, I really appreciate you. God will bless you. And those of you that are sharing our program, I really appreciate every one of you. Today is very, very important talk that we are discussing today. What Oloye Sunday Oma Adeyemo, Sunday Igboho, popularly known as Igboho Osha. What Baba said today about Nnamdi Kanu is what we are looking at today. When we get there, first of all, we're going to play some videos also concerning what is happening right now in Nigeria. And I will also play what Sunday Igboho said, and I will interpret it because it's in Yoruba. For those of you that are not Yoruba audience, that you don't understand Yoruba, I'm going to interpret everything that is said. I'm going to interpret it. But please, as I always say, and I know some people are watching us for the first time, this is how we do it. Please make sure you share. Or if you don't like the whole video, you may like part of the video. Just cut the one you need. Send to the people. Let them know that freedom is not given. You take it. Nobody will give you freedom by fire, by force. They will not give you freely. That's what I mean. Sorry. Nobody will give us freedom free, but we take it by fire, by force. So that is how freedom is, getting or gotten. So anyone that is correct. So please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We are looking at Eka Boeshe, Arole Odua. Thank you. God bless you, sir. You are always welcome. Always, always welcome. Arole Odua. You are always welcome. What Oloye Sunday Omadeyemo said is what we are looking at today. Baba really talks. He talks about our Baba that is late now, the Sheikh Bello that is late. Baba also talked about that, and he also, he says a lot of things about Baba. And thank God that we have this kind of cleric in Yoruba land, where some people are fighting to use religion to cause trouble. Baba is one of the person that stood firm in Yoruba land and speak straight to the authority. Muideen Bello, Baba speak to the authority. One of the cleric in Nigeria. So that's, if we have that kind of Baba in Nigeria, in this thing, I know all this Boko Haram will not be a business of the day. If you have plenty of that Baba. This issue of Boko Haram, they are using religion to weaponize, to destroy. When they know that religion does not have power, they use tribal, ethnic bigotry to weaponize, to destroy. But today we are going to look at what Chief Sunday Igboho said concerning Nnamdi Kanu. He said it that they should free Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal. And that is what we are looking at today. He's not a criminal. He's fighting for his people. He's fighting for his people. A lot of people have been asking me, Baba, Igboho is not talking much about all these things, Biafra. Baba said a lot. And that is why I say, you people should come today, on icing. No insult, no bully, no tribal bigotry, no straight to the business. What concerns us now, both Biafra and Yoruba, is our freedom. There's nothing concerning us about one Nigeria. There's nothing concerning us about election in 2027. Everything. The United States of Biafra, they are on exit already, and I will pray that God will grant them the more power, more wisdom to finally free from this contraption called Nigeria. And that is what we are looking at. Then we are going to look at also what the Yoruba nation, what is we are planning very soon. So before we go into what Oloye Sunday said, let me quickly place all these things because we need to understand some things. A lot of things we need to understand that's going on. That truth will always be truth. There's nothing to substitute. There's nothing to hide from it. Truth is always truth. Let's quickly look at what
government is superintending the economy of Nigeria that will enter the end game. They have gained the system is hopeless. You cannot reform our existing system. It's beyond redemption. The way this current government is superintending the economy of Nigeria that will enter the end game. They have gained that Nigeria is dead. We are the ones, the victims, who have failed to understand that when Nigeria collapses without us having planned for the day after, we are the ones who will be the victims. I already told you, I wasn't shy about saying it. I said this system is not reformable. Nigeria will either descend into chaos or it might be saved by a revolution. The only way it is a revolution is when there is a plan for the day after the chaos. But the descent into chaos has already begun. We're seeing it. Our enemies have planned for it.
Did you hear that? Everything that Mr. Daly said is happening right now. And that is why he said that they will take it by fire, by force, by revolution. That will lead all the ethnic group to go on their own. That is what Baba Daly said. And these are the things that we're standing for. That's why they are looking for him up and down. That's why they're looking for him up and down. Because he's saying the truth. And I said it in our show yesterday. I said that if we all fold our hands and say what he's saying does not concern us, the time is coming out that nobody will be able to talk again, even those of us that are online. But as they started chasing every one of us from one place to another, everybody will keep quiet, except those who are outside the country. That is, the truth will always be truth. The truth will always be truth. Let's listen to what is.
There's a lot that I could ask you on this program today, but let's start from where we are today. Nigeria has been described as being in a quandary, in an extremely challenging situation. For the first time, the entire nation seemed to be passing the message across that we're hungry, we're starving, a nation that has the capacity to produce food across every single domain in the country. There's no land in Nigeria that is not arable, even the north. The land is arable. How do you see the situation we find ourselves? Let's start from there. Share your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much once again for having me. I recall warning stridently in the lead up to the 2023 election cycle, long before I ever met Peter Obi or even began to speak for his presidential campaign. I warned that Buhari had effectively destroyed Nigeria and that we would have to reimagine a new country, and whoever was going to have to lead in 2023 had to be someone who had to be willing to take a walk away from the Buhari ruination, reimagine the country, repurpose its people, and get them to begin to pull in a different direction. I wasn't shy about making clear that only a revolution could save Nigeria. And I was also clear in explaining to all who cared to listen at the time that that revolution needn't be violent, that we could do it using the electoral path. I recall spending time, a lot of time, helping people understand the need to register to vote. Quite a lot of
Quick media. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
TV stations, even yourself, I remember a lot of everybody got on the bandwagon. We even bought into the illusion being sold by INEC, Okoye, and Yakubu. We believed that we could trust the electoral system, and the people were energized. People registered to vote in record numbers. You and I know what has transpired since then. It is an open secret that the ballot was grabbed, it was snatched, it was grabbed, but they ran, but apparently they've now crashed with it. So when you ask where we are, we're in a place where we already warned before the election that we were heading. It didn't take Tinubu to destroy Nigeria. It took all of us, but Buhari was particularly effective in the ruination of Nigeria. If he had been set the task of destroying Nigeria, he couldn't have done a better job. He weaponized ethnic bigotry, religious bigotry. Corruption is an insult to the English language to call what we witnessed during the years of Buhari corruption. It wasn't corruption. It was the first time in Nigeria where impunity became a governance principle.
I thought people said that was during Jonathan.
No. Please. I recall that in February 2015, the piece that I had written and almost every newspaper house in Nigeria had turned down It was eventually published by Guardian on Sunday, February 2015. I think it must have been February 15 or something. I can't remember now. And I called it "Do Not Die in Their War." I made clear, without any apologies to anybody, that Buhari wasn't going to be any change. If anything, it'd be worse. And I called attention to all the characters surrounding Buhari to make it very clear that even if you believe in the illusion of a Saint Buhari of Daura, you could not possibly have believed in the sainthood of the many thieves that were around him. I made this clear at the time. Not that Jonathan made it easy for anyone to have spoken for him, and I certainly did not. If we're comparing the two, you can only be a study in comparative failure.
The renation of Nigeria did not
was packaged as Messiah for everybody to buy into an illusion. I didn't buy into that illusion, and I warned everybody at the time. But that is not to excuse the failings of Jonathan himself. Jonathan actually prepared the ground for the failure that became Buhari. But the reality is that whoever had come after Buhari would have had to reimagine Nigeria, because Buhari had already effectively destroyed Nigeria.
So would you accept that the renation of Nigeria did not start under Buhari?
The ruination of Nigeria was always part and parcel of the seed of its making. Nigeria was always found on multiple lies. And those lies were always going to eventually consume it if we never found the grace to confront those lies with truth. We tell ourselves too many lies in Nigeria, and until we come to the point where we admit to ourselves that these are lies that we have normalized, internalized, and almost edified as truth. You say no victor, no vanquished. Who is telling you that lie? Even the foundation of Nigeria is very foundation. There are too many lies in there. The Nigerian has never been a citizen. He has only ever engaged the Nigerian state either as a member of one tribe, or a member of a religion, or a member of a family, or a member of a social order. There is no identity for who the Nigerian is. You can't take a Nigerian from anywhere and say that this is the Nigerian regardless of his ethnicity, his religion, his state of origin. There is no such Nigerian. You know who a Ghanaian is, you know who an American is, but who is the Nigerian? There are more Liverpool Football Club supporters in Nigeria than Nigerians. That is a fact. Think about it.
Okay, so let's move to today. Okay, as at today, we know what has happened under President Jonathan. We know what has happened under President Buhari. We're now in the era of President Tinubu,
the last horseman of the apocalypse. That is what it is. Okay.
I hope you listen to what Mr. Dele said. If you look at it, like in our previous talk show, I said it. I said that we should stop deceiving ourselves. If we are still deceiving ourselves, we will still be coming back to the same points. And that is the problem. Even the way we are doing program now, do you know some people don't even like what we are saying? They say, keep quiet, keep quiet, let him do it. We perform. Which miracle do they want to use with this kind of economy? Somebody that did not have certificate, Buhari. Look at the way. I remember when he said, that's Jonathan, this man was the president of America, then Obama. When he was campaigning, Obama and there's one man, this British prime minister then, were during the campaign, they were just laughing that let's see how this guy will do it. Majority of the people are not Nigerians. They were saying that they are mocking their incoming president. They were mocking their incoming Messiah. Today, can you see the results now? Today, all of us have seen our eyes. Can I say our eyes have opened? Because if our eyes have opened, I don't think the situation we find ourselves now, we will still be in this situation. The same problem we are battling with before Buhari came. Every debt, all the debt that Obasanjo paid during his time, where are those things today? Everything that Obasanjo set in motion before those things, where are those things today? Because a lot of times, I used to tell people, I said, see, if only Tileba Sunny, Tileba Da, if your house is okay, why do you need to go out? When China have the same problem we are facing now. China face it, they confront it, they shut down their borders. They say every family produce the ones you produce, whatever you produce is what we are going to buy. That is how all the families in China today. There's no family in China today that you will not see them producing. And that is why they are booming. Everything is booming in China. If you are not into productive, you will be in service. If you are not in service, you will be in another sector. That is how a country runs. Not a country that will depend. You want to buy toothpick, you depend on China. You want to buy toothbrush, you depend on China. If you want to buy car, you depend on Germany, depend on US, depend on Korea, depend on US, depend on other country. We don't produce. Even when we produce, I told you, do you know they are producing car in Lagos? Owned by Yoruba man. Owned by Yoruba man in Akoka there. I forgot the name of this car. And the very, very good and excellent car. Do you know that people are not buying? Let's start from the Lagos state government. I expect them that they should be patronizing this man because they are paying tax. Abi, there's no way they will not pay tax now. They can't be producing such amount of things in Lagos and they are not going to pay tax. Second, another Yoruba man in there, is it Peruremo or Ilisanremo or something? They are also manufacturing armor personnel carrier. Nigerian government don't buy. And whereas other countries come and buy this thing. Another one is Innocent. That one is owned by Igboho. The governor of that state, I'm not sure that they are buying it. I'm not sure that they are buying it. And you want job creation. Those countries you are going to, by the time you bring all those your cash, you take it to their country, they employ more workers. If they have 200 workers before, because of the demand now, they will extend to 400, 500 workers. Thereby, their country become booming. There will be more job for their people. They will have cleaner, they will have painter, they will have a food seller, they will have all sorts of things. Those are the viral ways by which we create jobs. If a company starts today, there will be food seller, there will be cleaner, there will be medical personnel, there will be security. That is how we produce. Let us say a country starts today now, a business starts today now. In that business, you need 5 workers. In that 5 workers, you will need a security man. You will need a cleaner one. Look at how many people are attached to those people that I've mentioned now. That is how a country develops. But in Nigeria here, of recent now, Lafarge, you see Lafarge Cement, they closed down. There's another one, they said one other thing is also closed down last week. If all those pay TV, I don't know how they are making their money. Because there's no light. If there's no light, how will I subscribe to my pay TV? I'm still surprised that we still have a lot of people that are on those things. There's no light. You buy fuel to power your gen. After power your gen, you still pay for subscription to watch. You can imagine the kind of problem we are putting ourselves in this country. When you have a car, to fuel the car now is a problem. And that is why when we are shouting that it is time for all of us to go, some people will still be shouting, is that how to go? We can discuss peacefully. When we sit down and listen. Do you know how many times Baba Akintoye wrote letter? They wrote letter during Buhari. They did not attend to the letter. Now, the present government now, which is our own, they have given them also a letter, a reminder letter. Nothing up to today. Instead, they are they are saying that they should go for changing of Nigerians' name to United Religion of Nigeria or something like that. That's what they are after. The Ohanese or the group in Igboho, they are saying they should talk, they should dialogue. When they dialogue, things will work. We don't want kini. Have you ever seen anybody put onion in their mouth and they want to vomit it? No, let's talk the reality. Have you ever seen anybody put onion in their mouth and say, this onion, let me vomit it? Everybody wants to swallow it. That's the issue of thing in Nigeria. Because when people are in power, they are in authority, they are getting things, they don't want to leave it. They will rather want to enslave everybody, or they will rather want to destroy. I don't want to use some words because of YouTube. They would rather use that thing to silence those people, because what they are eating is still sweet in their mouth. It's still sweet in their mouth. So it is not time for everybody to come together and fight for their nation. It is time for everybody. Everybody should come together. This is not the time to live bigotry. I'm Igbo, I'm Yoruba, I'm this, I'm that. We are having common enemy. I don't want to waste our time. Let's quickly look at what Oloye Sunday Igboho said. Yoruba people will understand this. But the Igbo audience, please don't be annoyed. I will interpret it later. Just listen and see what Oloye said in this video. Just listen and watch. But I will interpret so that.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin alágbára ayé tẹ̀ fi àjẹmẹ̀kúnnù bàbá ń bọ̀ amúdínà Àjàní Bello ti kú bàbá dáadáa nínú ayé tó ẹ pé àwọn ẹni ọlọ́run bọ́lọ́run ṣe lágbára tó ẹ kó wọn fọwọ́n yẹn rẹ̀ lẹ̀ ní sọ ẹ bí tẹ́ mọ̀ bọ́lọ́run ọ̀sọ̀ rẹ̀ ní kankan sọ ẹ kó parọ́ bàbá Amúdí Bello sọ ẹ kọ́ lọ́wọ́ pa bàbá Amúdí Bello ọlọ́run ọ̀sọ̀ rẹ̀ ní kankan ẹ tètè lọ yíwà yín padà ikú tó kà mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ẹ tètè gbogbo tẹ́ bá rí ẹ ṣe ẹ ti lé mi kó lù náà ẹ lè ṣe ẹ sá fún wa lé mi kó jẹ́ mi ẹ lè ṣe ju tẹ ti lé mi sí Jámánì mo sì ti gbà fọlọ ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹ náà ẹ lọ yí padà gbogbo ìyá tẹ fi ń jẹ mẹ̀kúnnù yẹn Ọlọ́run béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín gbogbo yẹn alágbára pátápátá àgbẹ̀tẹ̀ wà ń gbò sẹ́nitọ̀ ni o ọ̀nẹ́rẹ́bù ni o mínísítà gbogbo yìí gọ́fúnà ni o ẹ kú mẹ́jọ kan o ẹ kú mẹ́jọ kan ẹ rántí pé kò sí la champion kọ́rẹ́ champion lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ohun tó bá rí kẹsẹ̀ láyé ẹ kú mẹ́jọ kan ni tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ tètè yí padà tọ́lọ́n bá fi lọ ká ìwà tí kú bá ká gbogbo ìwà òfò gbogbo ìyá tẹ́ fi ń jẹ mẹ̀kúnnù lọ́tún lọ́sì tí ikú tó bá ká wọn yín lọ́wọ́ torí pé bàbá Amúdí Bello Ọlọ́run jẹ́wọ́ rẹ̀ pé ẹni òun ni bàbá Amúdí Bello kì í ṣe ẹni burúkú kì í ṣe ẹni òfòwájú òun Ọlọ́run ó wá pa bàbá lọ́jọ́ Friday gbogbo ẹ̀ dẹ́n fi àjẹmẹ̀kúnnù ẹ̀rì ọjọ́ Tuesday ọjọ́ tó ń jagun ọjọ́ bíi ọjọ́ Thursday bíi ọjọ́ burúkú tí ọ̀dánù ayé ọjọ́ náà ni lẹ́kùkú yàdánù gbogbo ẹ̀ dẹ́n fi àjẹmẹ̀kúnnù pátápátá gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ tẹ́ lọ yí padà tí kò bá yẹ ká mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ gọ́vnà pàápàá tẹ̀ sí yamayama gbogbo ẹ̀ mínísítà ẹsẹ̀ olórí burúkú gúnmi tí ó ṣòfò àti ìdókòwò ní méjì àlà tí ń kó bọ̀ burúkú kiri tó ń pààyàn tó ń kidnap yẹn tó ń ṣe òfò nílùú yín bẹ̀yẹn ẹ̀ rọ̀rọ̀ sọ ẹ̀ wá ń pariwo pé kí Tinubu lọ́ba ẹ̀ mú Sunday Igboho ẹ̀ ní sí oríire ọdún mẹ́jọ ni Buhari lò Buhari ò mú Fúlàní kankan ṣiṣẹ́ báwọn ti ń dà lóru rẹ̀ èmi àti Kanu lómi kan lọ pa ọdún mẹ́jọ ẹnìkan kan ló dúkú gbẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn ló dúkú àtọ́lóbùkú tó pẹ̀rẹ̀ ní general kí ló pẹ̀rẹ̀ tó wọ agbádá òfò tí ń dárúkọ mi yẹn ọ̀ ń dárúkọ tèmi ikú òjijì ni ó pa ọ́ wọ́n tó ń dárúkọ mi pé kí Tinubu mú mi yẹn ikú òjijì ni ó pa ọ́ Haúsá Fúlàní tó dárúkọ mi ò ní sí oríire àwọn ọmọdé ò ní dèrè ẹ̀ kí ni kí ló dé mi àti ẹ̀pọ̀ ṣé Fúlàní ṣé mi jẹ́ Fúlàní tó ìgbó mọ́kànlá ní Yorùbá ni mìíràn kí ló ò lè mọ́ ò ṣe sọ pé kí Buhari ó mú gún mi nígbà yẹn ò sì sọ pé kí Buhari ó mú gún mi kó mú nìyí aláwèrè tẹ́jọ́ sórí fún tẹ́ ń kópọn ìyàkiri mbẹ̀ nígbà yẹn ẹ wá ń sọ pé kí Tinubu bá yẹn mú mi ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ya wèrè ọdún mẹ́jọ ni Buhari lò kò mú Fúlàní kankan ò dìde ní north ó sọ̀rọ̀ pé ohun tí Buhari ṣe ọ̀dà kò sẹ́ni kankan tó sọ̀rọ̀ nù yín ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú yìí ẹ̀rí sí oríire nkú jìnnà pàgọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ sọ pé kí Tinubu mú mi ẹ̀rí sí oríire ẹ̀yin olórí bú yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀ mi ti dé ẹ̀sìn mo dúpọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ olólùfẹ́ mi ojú òní tì ọdún tí ń bọ̀ ọdún ayọ̀ lọ́lọ́wọ́ ṣe fún yín ẹni kúkò jíjẹ o ẹ kú àṣẹ ilé bàbá Amúdí Àjàní Bello ọlọ́run bá fọ̀run kẹwọn ẹ̀sìn mo dúpẹ́ ojú òní tì.
Olóyè Igboho. In that video, let me quickly interpret it before we round it up. Baba said some things. Olóyè said some things. And what he said is that those people that are clamoring that they should go and arrest Sunday Igboho and those that are in support of arresting Nnamdi Kanu, Baba is giving them what woto. Let me use the Nigerian language. Say woto. He's giving them what they deserve. What they deserve. Because I don't want, because of YouTube policy, I may not be able to say some things in English. He's giving them what they deserve. Those people that are the ordeal, these people are that are behind Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, either in Yoruba, either in Igboho, either in any Hausa, especially the Hausa people that are behind all these things. He's giving them what they deserve, and that will be their portion. So that I don't want to expatiate it more than that. That would be their portion. And that is what Oloye is saying, that they did not commit any offense. What they are fighting for is that they are fighting for their right. They want their people to be free. So why will you not be saying they should kill them, they should arrest them, they should put them in jail, they should do this? What offense did they commit? They did not commit offense than saying the truth, the reality, that they want their people to go from slavery. They want their people to be free. That's what Oloye said. That's freedom. That everybody needs to be free. The video is long. I just decided to cut so that we can just, because of time. Help us share this video, please. Help us share it, please. I'm begging you. Help us share this video. Because look at everybody from Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, Simeon Ekpa, Sowore, Deji Adeyanju, Dele Farotimi, Fela, Anikulapo. All of them, they are saying the same thing. Why are they afraid to let all the tribe go? That's the question. Why are they afraid? Why? Why are they afraid? Because if all of us go peacefully, then we're able to communicate. We'll be able to have neighbors, good neighbors. We don't need to be buying weapons and kill our future leaders, when we can still do it separately, peacefully. I don't want to go much on this show for now, but please help us share this video. Share. Help us share it. Go to the attention. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Every one of you that are part of the show today. I really appreciate every one of you. Please help us share this program. Let it get to where it's supposed to go. That freedom for one is freedom for all. Thanks and God bless you. This is iSing TV, a show 10:30.